Good afternoon, and welcome to Inside the Region Real Conversations from the Business Events Frontline, an ICA podcast bringing you direct insights from across the Middle East. In a time where global narratives can sometimes misrepresent on the ground realities, this series aims to provide a clear, balanced perspective from within the region. In just 10 minutes, we bring you focused, insightful conversations with our distinguished guests today. And we have turned our attention to Oman. And I'm pleased to be joined by our esteemed guest, Khalid Al Zarjali, Director of Oman Convention Bureau and ICA board member, Engineer Saeed Al Shanfari, CEO of the Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. Thank you very much for both of you to join and bring this together for the first series. To begin, let's start with the broader destination perspective, and I would like to address this to Oman Convention Bureau. And Khalid, from the vantage point at the bureau level, I would like to understand with varying global media narratives, how is Oman Convention Bureau ensuring that accurate on ground information is communicated to international partners?
Hi everyone. Hi Anju. Thanks for to give us these opportunities to put our thoughts, to give you our input regarding the situations within the region. I'll just want to make it clear, and it's very on a positive way that we always communicate with our partner on a communication on a daily basis, weekly basis. So our stakeholder, either locally or internationally. In fact, we are having a really almost everything is normal. There is nothing to be like to make an attention about it. There is a lot of things happening within this last couple of days from the events perspective, even locally, but also there is some regionally and happening, and with a very positive feedback. Regarding also the communication, we always try to communicate through our major partners from the industry, the associations, and anyone who plan to do anything in Oman on a positive way. Try to show him a fact that everything is going normal. Yes, there is a conflict in the region is happening, but luckily Oman having really a minimum issue with that. Thanks God, and we always keep their posting and communicating with our sector. Everything is going normal in a very positive manner. Try to link. I know some coverage of the media. I'm not sure if those information, giving from the regional perspective, but for Oman's perspective, everything is going normal, and we are there to support our partner. We give them all the support. We communicate also locally with a lot of our stakeholders to see if there is anything we could do for them. So there is a teamwork happening in order to see to give the right picture of the situation in Oman.
Thank you, Khalid. And if I may ask, you already have like an official channel as well that must be there. That how you communicate proactively, or update what's happening. So, do you like have special channel also for people to follow in, just for them to know what is the the right information, to know the right information, because the interpretation sometimes is not really the reality, and we are normally between perspectives, and we are creating certain news which is not true. So is there like a formal channel that you follow, or the local Omanis are following, so that they know exactly what is the status?
Yes, of course. We have a number of official channels which is providing the right information, the right communication locally or internationally, and through
Okay.
those information, that's like we have Ministry of Informations, and also
Okay.
We do have through our Royal Oman Police website. So there is a number of government and official channels which they provide always the right information. In fact, there is a one point I would just want to share it with you about Oman, because also we had earlier some challenge, or we had some, I would not call it crisis, but we have some challenge because of the some having some cyclone earlier, and because of that experience, local here, either the community, local people, or the residents who are living in Oman, they're always going through the official channel because they know it's the right channel of information, which is I
Right.
also invite everyone internationally, if they need anything about Oman, they should take it from the official channel, which we always communicate on a daily basis if there is anything to be mentioned. But luckily for last really a couple of days, there is everything's going normal and on a track, on a positive way.
Great. Thank you so much, Khalid. And in looking ahead, what message do you think you would like to share with the global community, and based on how Oman's readiness, and is there a one word message that you want to give to the international community?
I say to them, welcome to Oman. Everything is normal. We are there to support them. And we had a couple of cases, which is we have an event, especially during month of April, May, which they communicate with us. They want to know what's the situation, what's Oman position. We always give them the right information, the right communication, and all of them are really, really keen to have their events, their activities in Oman. So we already done that. Also from the also we spoke to some of our local partners, which they already confirmed some business, and we communicated them to their international partners, and all of them really worked with us on a very positive manner and get the right information from us. So we always there to welcome to them everything that Oman can be provide you from the Congress business and conference business in general and the business tourism. We are there to support you and help you. But all of everything's fine. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Khalid. And I think that provides us a very clear and insightful perspective on how the region is navigating the current landscape. Let's now turn to the operational perspective. And I would like to ask Said, from your point of view at the venue level, um, what do you think is the ground reality for you, from perspective of the events, or whatever is confirmed?
Hi, Anju. Uh, I hope I'm glad to hear you and see you as well on the other side, safe and sound. It's
Thank you. Yeah.
I wish everyone yeah, happy Eid to everyone, and may God bless you with Ramadan and accept all your deeds. And for the people who's around the world, we look forward always to have you in the Middle East. This is the land where we have hosted people happily, and we've proven always that we are right host for many many big events across the globe, and we will continue to be as we look forward for those events to come back to the region. What we go through now, it's a bit of a challenge for not just the regional market, but also globally, as this is not just a small problem that happens in the Middle East, but it's in fact, it impacts the global economy, and it will shift also the way how we look at different regions as we go forward. But we always, the most important things is we wish everyone to be safe and sound and protected, and then we like to see our life to come back better, and we continue to have that happiness that we bring all together to events. The event, the current situation is a bit ambiguous. It's a bit unclear. Though in Oman, alhamdulillah, we don't have any big impact in general. Communication, as Khalid says, being very central. I think we learned from the past through challenges that we all have to align with our leadership, with our government, and then listen to the information from the right sources. And we continue to expand our help and support to our friends and family and neighbors to ensure that this is not one person pain, but this is the pain that impacts all of us. and we always wanted to see everything goes back to how things were before. And however, when this situation come clear to all of us, we wanted to ensure that we follow the right process to handle it properly. So in the ground, we activated immediately our risk patrol. So we had our risk assessment. We looked at the situation, what is it going, how it's impacting our businesses, how it's impacting our clients, how it's going to impact our forecast. So we activated our risk committee, which actually now meet in a weekly basis to look at the weekly impact, either from a customer perspective, if there's a cancellation, postponements, resizing, assurances that we need to give them in the ground, anything in the logistic side that we could also arrange for them. We also look into that side. And then from the stakeholder perspective, we have communicated with our stakeholders which is the government, the investment authority, the other entities that also impacted by the sector. We've given them update about what's currently happening and how the international world is looking at this and how this is going to impact the upcoming events, especially when you speak about short-term April to May impact. We tried so
Yes.
far to move a lot of stuff to the second half of the year, looking at the right spots for some of these big shows and big events. Some are being accommodated, and some are still working in progress. And the most important, the most challenging is because we're really not sure what's going to happen next. There's
Yes.
still not so much information about de-escalation. There is talks, but we don't know what's going on. So we really hope this is over before the summer, so we can start planning for out of the summer,
Yeah.
like for the second half. And when we come out of that situation, we need to work together as a community, again, as a family, as a community. We need to work together, start working in how can we assure people that everything will be better and same and better, and
Yes.
it's and how we can work together to attract more events to the region. How can we also provide the better services? Challenges like this should teach us how to be better for the future. They should not really demotivate us and put us away, but they should teach us how to do it better. And I think what Khalid mentioned earlier, and actually I noted down here, the cyclones that Oman had in the past, only made us stronger. It didn't
Yes.
really make us feel like we should develop less or work less. And no, it's actually we should continue to develop. But now in our development, we need to keep in mind cyclones might happen, and then we need to communicate better. We need to have a
We need to
system to
be
support
prepared.
everyone in needs.
Yeah.
And
And
that
I
is very important for us. If we see the situation, maybe we have felt safe for a very long time, but it doesn't mean that this time we're not going to feel safe. I think it's the most
yes.
important is we just learn how can we be connected, how can we be close, how can we work together. And that is actually lessons that we need to get out of this situation. uh, but operation always remains in the ground. We are in the office. Today is the last day before Eid, but we back on in Monday. I think we are back full in the ground, and we're going to be working with a lot of local partners and also local events to maybe to look at other alternative to bring in events, which is maybe local events focusing on the local suppliers. And we extend our support and help to anyone who is willing to come to Oman, to have a place for them, to have a temporary venue for them to host their events. Happy to be there, and we'll find the right commercial deal for that. It's not a big deal at all. Our main goal is to continue as a region focusing on events and continue to grow the sector forward and still continue, because before this crisis or before this challenge, this Middle East region was one of the fastest growing event
Yes.
business in the world. And then we need to go back to that because we have the potential and we have the right infrastructure to do it. So that
Yes.
is very important. Sorry,
Thank you,
I went
Simon.
on and I covered multiple things, but you can't speak about operation without also putting the future forecast for that.
Of course, of course. And I think one
Angie,
of
we
the
can't
good
hear you.
things, can you hear me now?
Yes,
One of the good things,
I could hear you.
I think the good thing is also that
Okay, I have a
it
problem in
is
hearing her. So Khalid,
during
you can maybe you can tell me the question after.
during Ramadan, it is, the events are a little more slow, and we already have a lot of planning done well in advance. So I don't think the impact is too much during this period. But thank you so much for giving your time. I'm really appreciative of you, Khalid and Saeed, to come on board at such a short notice. What we've heard today only reinforces a clear message that the region remains active, remains
Yes.
engaged, and it's focused on the future. At ICA, we remain committed to supporting our members and sharing accurate perspective globally. Thank you again, and stay
Thank you.
tuned
Thank you.
for upcoming episodes in this series where we will continue to spotlight on other cities and perspectives from across the region. Have a good day. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Anju. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Said. Bye.